Tonight at 5, the results of a controversial UW system free speech survey are in. We take a closer look at what it reveals. Plus, today marks the beginning of Black History Month. We'll visit a spot in Wisconsin many slaves stopped at on their journey to freedom, and emotions run high in Memphis as Tyree Nichols is laid to rest. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Well, the bitter cold returns to southern Wisconsin. Alert days will round out the week beginning tomorrow night. But how long will they last? Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio with our first warn weather. Gary?
It's cold out here, but it'll get even colder by this time tomorrow and certainly by Friday morning. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track. Again, lots of sunshine. You can see that snow cover staying in place across all of southern Wisconsin. Doppler track, just a few flurries up near Lake Superior, and that's pretty much about it. Low temperatures this morning did drop below zero. Madison, we dropped to 4 below zero, but other areas stayed above zero. Down in the Wisconsin River Valley, you can see Boscobel and Lone Rock down to 10 below zero or colder. High temperatures so far today in Madison, we made it into the 20s. Most areas made it into the 20s. And current temperatures are in the lower 20s, but there's enough of a breeze that you can feel a bit of a chill. Here in Dane County right now, 25 degrees in Edgerton, 23 in Waunakee, and 23 in Cross Plains. Otherwise, look for those wind chills that are currently in the teens and lower 20s to really drop by this time tomorrow. In fact, look for mostly clear skies this evening. Temperatures dropping into the lower teens by late evening, then actually holding steady overnight. We have another alert day in the forecast for tomorrow night and Friday for bitterly cold temperatures. I'll tell you how cold it'll get and how long the cold will last in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Meanwhile, the city of Madison plans to take advantage of a brief warm-up by trying to remove tightly packed snow and ice off our streets. The city says crews will begin spot salting main thoroughfares beginning tomorrow. Today's temperatures were too cold for the salt to be effective. Streets include those already on the city's salt route, like roads used by Madison Metro, and also areas around schools and hospitals. Residential streets will be treated with sand. Stay up to date on the weather on our First Warn Forecast weather app. You'll find school closings, hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather. A newspaper delivery worker was arrested for allegedly stealing thousands of dollars in checks from Madison mailboxes along his route. Investigators say the 58-year-old Waunakee man would take the checks, alter them, and then cash them. He's accused of stealing more than $10,000. The man facing tentative charges of multiple counts of theft and forgery. More charges could come if more victims come forward. Results are in for a controversial UW system free speech survey. Our Braden Ross joins us from the UW-Madison campus to share more about what thousands of students told the system in response. Braden?
More than 10,000 students across the UW system responded to this survey last fall, and they were asked about everything from their comfort sharing their opinions in class to allowing controversial speakers on campus. 1 in 3 students said administrators should disinvite public speakers if some students find the speaker's message offensive. Today, UW System President Jay Rothman sat down with a bipartisan panel of free speech experts to discuss and debate the results of the survey.
We want our higher educational institutions and our public institutions in general to be welcoming to everyone. We all have a right to participate and, and to learn and get the benefit of that.
The survey was originally scheduled to be sent out in the spring of 2021, but was put on pause for months after UW-Whitewater's chancellor resigned because of the survey. Tonight at 10, I'll share more about the survey results and what UW says is next.
All right, Braden, thank you.
Facing the rising sun of our new day begun.
Today marks the beginning of Black History Month, and throughout the month, communities across the U.S. will take time to observe, honor, and celebrate the achievements of Black Americans throughout history and in the present day. This afternoon, dozens joined the Wisconsin Black Legislative Caucus in kicking off the month with a celebration at the Capitol Rotunda.
There's a lot of work to be done as it relates to the needs of Black folks, and we hope that residents all throughout the state engage in deeper conversation and engage in the work that happens here in this building because we need them.
The caucus also hosted a showing of the documentary Vel Phillips' Dream Big Dreams, which focuses on the first black candidate to hold statewide office in Wisconsin. And a few generations ago, enslaved people were making their way through southwestern Wisconsin to freedom along the Underground Railroad. As we honor Black History Month, our Andrew Banstra takes us on a tour of the Milton House, a stop on the way.
A lot of times when people come here and they realize it's Underground Railroad site, they go, in Wisconsin? Aren't we too far north? So this is what the building looks like when Joseph Goodrich builds it in 1844.
The Milton House is Wisconsin's only tourable Underground Railroad site.
45 feet, pitch black, it was earthen.
The Fugitive Slave Law of 1850 allowed the federal government to capture runaway slaves even in free states. To escape, freedom seekers would arrive at the Milton House in wagons hidden under goods before entering.
And then someone pulls up to a cabin, like, okay, just go inside, jump in this deep, dark hole, there will be a tunnel, and on the other side, someone's gonna help you.
As cramped as this tunnel is now, you can only imagine when enslaved people were coming through it. It was about this tall and all compacted dirt.
The signs advertising people for sale? For the first black state legislator from Dane County, the complete lack of humanity is a lot to take in.
Even going into the tunnel, going through the tunnel, and going into the cabin, feeling the weather climate, and saying, in the wintertime, what was it like for my ancestors?
Most Underground Railroads were actually above ground and were only run by 1 or 2 people secretly, but not in Milton. The whole community helped.
Then we bring it down to Wisconsin, then we bring it down to Milton.
Learning American history to Representative Stubbs is the only way we can ensure we continue forward to justice.
Today had been the first day of Black History Month, and choosing to be here at a national historic site right here in Wisconsin and being the first African American elected to the state legislature from Dane County, breaking 170 years of history. I am a history maker. I want to meet the history in the state of Wisconsin.
There would have been a trapdoor in the floor that you would have used to get down here.
In Milton, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
And for just $10, you too can learn Black history from right here in Wisconsin. To read more and see their website, click the story at channel3000.com. A church in Memphis, Tennessee was filled with both anger and grief today as mourners gathered to remember Tyree Nichols. The 29-year-old died after he was brutally beaten by police after a traffic stop. Vice President Kamala Harris was among the guests braving an ice storm to honor Nichols' life. Nichols' family wanted his funeral to be a celebration of the young man they loved, but in the background are the latest troubling revelations about the police officers charged in his death. 4 of the 5 former officers had previous job reprimands or suspensions.
You don't fight gangs by becoming 5 armed men against an unarmed man. That ain't the police, that's punks.
Federal action on police reform has been stalled in Congress, but activists hope Nichols' legacy will inspire lawmakers to move forward. New today, a Metro Transit employee in Washington, D.C. is dead after he was shot trying to protect a woman. Police say just before 9:30 this morning, a suspect shot a man in the leg near a Metro station. The suspect then had an altercation with another man, shot him as well. After that, the suspect scuffled with a woman on the train platform, and that's when the employee intervened and then was also shot. The 64-year-old died at the scene. Passengers were able to tackle the suspect, who was later arrested. The other victims were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. President Biden invited House Speaker Kevin McCarthy to the White House today to discuss a, quote, range of issues. But most pressing is the need for Congress to raise the debt limit so the U.S. can continue to pay its bills. Nicole D'Antonio has more.
President Biden met face-to-face with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy to discuss raising the debt ceiling.
Asking the Speaker and really Congress, Republicans in Congress, are they going to live up to their constitutional obligation? Are they going to lift the debt ceiling?
McCarthy delivered a message from Republican colleagues. They want to see spending cuts before they'll vote to raise the debt limit.
Does the president want to continue reckless spending or find a way that we can be responsible, sit down, and find common ground where we put ourselves on a path to budget, make a balanced budget?
Democrats say it's hard to give much weight to negotiations at this stage since Republicans have yet to lay out exactly how much and what they want to cut.
For days, Speaker McCarthy has heralded this sit-down as some kind of major win in his debt ceiling talks. But Speaker McCarthy is forgetting something obvious to everyone else. If you don't have a plan, You can't seriously pretend you're having any real negotiation.
Meanwhile, some Republicans are working to play down claims they're willing to let the country default.
We're not going to fault on the debt now. That's never going to happen. We're not going to cut Medicare. We're not going to cut Social Security. But we've got to find a way in some of these areas to cut back.
The Treasury Department is taking what it calls extraordinary measures to buy time for both sides to find a deal. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, the White House.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the measures being taken should allow the country to continue to pay its bills until about June. This month, dozens of Madison area restaurants are taking part in a food drive. More than 30 restaurants are collecting non-perishable food items to benefit a variety of local food banks. Middleton Outreach Ministry says the idea is to encourage those who are already going out to eat to bring a donation with them.
From our perspective, the timing could not be better for a community effort like this. Dane County food pantries have been putting the word out since the beginning of this year that our demand is really up from this time last year. For us here at Mom, we've more than doubled the amount of meals that we're distributing November last year to November this year, and that trend is really continuing.
And they expect demand to increase once the Pandemic Food Share Benefit Program ends later this month. If you'd like to help, look for the list of participating restaurants at channel3000.com. Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2023 is now taking nominations from now through February 28th. You can nominate any geographically local person, places, or things to do in a wide variety of categories. You can vote once per day in each category per valid email address. Up to 6 top vote getters in each category will become finalists in round 2, and the final voting period is from June 1st through 30th. Head to channel3000.com to pick your nominees. Gary has the latest on a pair of alert days. That's next at 5. Plus, the Federal Reserve raising interest rates again today. How high is it? We'll find out after the break. And you could have unclaimed money you don't even know about. How to find out what you are owed tonight at 6. And midweek trading on Wall Street, the Dow up slightly, adding just 7. The NASDAQ with a strong jump, adding 232. The S&P gains 43. And we'll be right back.
PB&J?
P before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhafels. Right now, save up to $900 on adjustable base sets. Queen Beauty Rest mattresses start at $399. Or step up to the new Beauty Rest Black and get $200 in Steinhafels cash, plus a $100 MasterCard rewards card. And with Steinhafels 72-month financing, your new mattress just got more affordable. So save big and rest easy on your new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhafels.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
To help you take walks again.
To ease your pain.
To rebuild your strength.
And at every step along the way,
we take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care.
We care about you.
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 They care about me.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics, now offering robotic-assisted knee replacement.
DePaco Credit Union protects your well-being, supports you through life's many surprises. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you be well.
When we designed the all-new Honda Pilot Trail Sport, we made it adventure ready. With features like an enhanced all-wheel drive system and off-road tuned suspension, so you can blaze new trails. The all-new Pilot Trail Sport, the most off-road capable Honda SUV ever. Visit your local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily. Buy online or reserve from select Honda dealers.
Morning.
Who said that? Whoa, where did that come from? Floating money.
Funny.
Good luck out there.
Coming up on News 3 Now, you may have money you don't know about sitting in state reserves.
How you can find out if you're owed money and how to claim it. The story tonight at 6.
With rent prices rising, at times without proper maintenance or amenities to match, Naomi Coles looks into the steps tenants can take to protect themselves and stay in their homes. Renters' rights. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
New at 5, President Biden's personal lawyer says no documents with classified markings were found during the FBI search of the president's Delaware beach home today. In a statement, the president's lawyer said the search was conducted with the coordination and cooperation of Mr. Biden's attorneys and lasted more than 3 hours. The Department of Justice did, however, remove some handwritten notes and other materials related to Biden's time as vice president. The issue of how the nation's highest-ranking officials handle those sensitive documents intensified last month when several marked classified were found at former Vice President Mike Pence's home in Indiana. Well, the Federal Reserve once again increasing interest rates, but not as much as before. Dina Demetrius explains why.
Inflation is starting to ease, hiring is slowing down, and the red-hot real estate market has cooled. With that in mind, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell announced an interest rate hike of just a quarter point, the smallest increase since the Fed began raising rates last March.
Shifting to a slower pace will better allow the committee to assess the economy's progress toward our goals.
The central bank is walking a fine line, trying to slow the economy enough to pull down inflation while avoiding a recession.
The Fed reduced the amount of the interest rate increase because the data have been improving. Growth is already slowing down. Consumers are pulling back on spending, so are businesses. And we are seeing that inflation is starting to slowly start to go down.
Prices are easing, but it costs more to borrow money. The average rate on a 30-year mortgage is 6.1%. That's actually down from previous weeks, but still way above 3.5% at this time last year. The average used car loan is 10.6%, up from 7.5% a year ago, and credit card rates are just under 20%.
We will continue to make our decisions meeting by meeting.
Powell says the board will continue to boost rates as needed.
They're going to look at data. They're going to help drive their decisions with a determination about whether or not growth is slowing down enough to bring down the inflation rate.
The Federal Reserve makes its next decision in March. Dina Demetrius, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Across the south and central U.S., an icy storm is wreaking havoc on drivers, leaving some scrambling for safety. In Texas, dozens of cars were caught on icy highways. Authorities also had several reports of semis and cars sliding off roads. Cranes were needed to recover one truck, and in Oklahoma, these terrifying moments were captured by the dash cam of a sheriff's deputy. Look at that, the semi sliding into the cable barriers on an interstate. The driver was thankfully not hurt.
My dad's a trucker, and I feel for them, and I know I want to do everything I can to help them out.
Back in Texas, more than 342,000 homes and businesses are without power. Many are also without heat. Higher temperatures not expected until mid-morning Thursday as the storm continues to grip the region. Well, this week ends with a pair of alert days. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti in our first warm weather. Gary?
Actually, it's just one long alert day beginning Thursday night and lasting through the day Friday. It's for one event, and that is for bitterly cold weather that will arrive probably by about this time tomorrow and then continue all the way through the day on Friday. So the worst of the wind chills will be late tomorrow night into Friday. You can see early morning wind chills, perhaps as cold as 30 below zero, with wind chills during the day staying below zero. Earlier this week, we had wind chills down to about 20 to 25 below zero with air temperatures that were between about 10 and 15 below. Here, the temperatures won't be quite as cold, but the winds will be stronger, so that will make up the difference. And all of southern Wisconsin will be affected by that. Already, wind chill advisories in effect for northwestern Wisconsin, much of Minnesota, wind chill warnings in effect for northern, northeastern portions of Minnesota, and that's through the day on Friday. Future track wind chills beginning at this time tomorrow. You can see Madison's wind chill dropping below zero, but not far to our north and west, those wind chills already down into the teens and 20s below zero. By early on Friday morning, 3 a.m., take a look at some of these wind chills, close to 40 below zero. That's dangerously cold when you get that cold. Here in Madison, we're probably looking at wind chills between about 25 and 30 degrees below below zero. That will continue into the early morning hours on Friday, but even during the day, temperatures will get up into the single digits above zero, but the wind chills will make it feel like it'll be below zero even through the day. As we take a look at weather track across the country, there's that big storm to the south, rain near the Gulf Coast, but a lot of snow and ice from Texas and Oklahoma and Arkansas. That area has just been getting hit with round after round of wintry precipitation. Eventually that will pull out and head off to the east tomorrow, but still it'll take a while for that ice to melt. Our part of the Midwest just cold. The coldest air is north of the stationary front, but notice the western end of that front becomes a cold front. That's the cold air that'll be dropping southeastward as we head into the day tomorrow. So right now, winds are out of the south. Temperature is not as cold as they were yesterday at this time. Lower 20s here, upper teens to our north and west, but the really cold air is waiting not far to our north and west, just north of the U.S.-Canadian border. Planning your night, look for low temperatures around 13 in Middleton and Madison. That'll probably be around midnight. Then temperatures actually may rise a few degrees overnight. 13 for the low in Dalyville, 14 in Windsor, and 13 in Brooklyn. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, low of 12 in La Crosse, 12 in Wautoma, 16 in Janesville, and 15 for the overnight low temperature in Monroe. For tomorrow, look for a high of 21. That'll be around noon. Then the winds will become northwesterly, increase in speed, and temperatures will drop back into the teens during the afternoon. And again, those wind chills for southern Wisconsin, this is about this time tomorrow, again, down to around 5 to 10 degrees below zero. But as we head into early Friday morning, we're looking at wind chills perhaps as cold as 25 to 30 degrees below zero. And then even during the day on Friday, those wind chills staying below zero. So something to keep in mind. You'll definitely need to bundle up and be prepared for the cold. That's why we have that first warned weather alert day for Friday. Saturday and Sunday, though, we return with a southerly wind and temperatures bounce right back up above freezing. And in fact, by Monday, we could see some rain showers late in the afternoon. That might mix with a little snow before ending Tuesday morning, and rain showers on Thursday with high temperatures around 40, and then maybe ending as some snow showers or flurries from Friday into Saturday of next week. As we check out first warned traffic right now, here is the view of East Washington Avenue at Stoughton Road. The usual traffic there, at least the roads are relatively dry. Right now on the Beltline, there is an accident on US 12 and 18 just east of the I-39-90 interchange. Otherwise, the Beltline in pretty good shape, as well as I-39-90 and 94 on the east side of Madison. So the Beltline right now isn't affected by that crash. 15 to 16 minutes either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. 24 minutes from the Beltline at Janesville on I-39-90. 16 minutes Middleton to Sauk City on US 12. Downtown to Sun Prairie, East Washington Avenue and US 151 takes you 19 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warned Traffic.
Gary, thank you. A new study suggests air pollution isn't just bad for your lungs. It may also be bad for your mental health. That research published in the journal JAMA Psychiatry found people who were exposed to multiple pollutants over a long period of time were at a higher risk of suffering from depression or anxiety than those living with cleaner air.
It's not exactly known why pollution might have this link to anxiety and depression, but when you think about it, pollution can damage your lungs, it can damage your heart, so it makes sense that it's possible that it could also damage your brain and your neurological system.
There were almost 400,000 people in this study, and researchers found those living in those areas with the higher pollution levels were at higher risk for depression and anxiety. A month after CPR saved his life, Bill's safety, Damar Hamlin, with a challenge for everyone, and we'll tell you about it next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warned Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
All you have to do is point. Yes!
1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing. Woo! Any first item removed, just $49.
New in 2023, eye care Medicare plan members receive an allowance of $150 total per month to spend on items like eligible healthy foods, OTC products, home supplies, wellness care, or living support such as rent, utilities, and internet. All unused monthly funds roll over until the end of the year. If you have Medicare and Medicaid, call us, and a licensed sales agent will help find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. Eye care is looking out for you and your health.
Don't you wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's power swabs. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. And since you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The power swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
It's so simple and easy. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and I noticed that they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used power swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on, and immediately you start seeing it working.
It only takes 5-minute applications to get a brighter, whiter smile with power swabs. You just snap, swab, and smile. Power swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my power swabs and eliminate the staining.
When I used the power swabs, I applied it directly to my front tooth where the coffee stain was.
I like being able to individually get the teeth, and most importantly, it got kind of in between the grooves.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not really seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth this Valentine's Day by ordering power swabs and receive 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
All you have to do is point.
Yes!
1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing. Woo! Any first item removed, just $49.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Nobody knows better than Damar Hamlin how CPR can mean the difference between life and death. And now the Buffalo Bills player is teaming up with the American Heart Association to try to save even more lives. Michael George reports.
You know, CPR saved my life earlier this year on the field.
The entire country watched as crews resuscitated Damar Hamlin after his sudden cardiac arrest.
And CPR could easily save your life or someone you love.
That's why number 3 says he's partnering with the American Heart Association, kicking off the Damar Hamlin 3 for Heart Challenge.
And put your other hand on top of the first. Then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives.
1, watch this short video to learn hands-only CPR. 2, donate to the AHA to fund CPR awareness and education. And 3, challenge 3 friends to do the same.
Knowing CPR is an important life skill, and it's foundational to our mission to make sure that everybody can join us in being part of the nation of lifesavers.
More than 350,000 cardiac arrests occur outside the hospital each year. Fewer than 10% survive.
If you have not taken a detailed CPR course, which of course we encourage, you can learn hands-only CPR, which really is focused on pressing hard and fast on the chest to the tune of any song that's 110 beats per minute. We always say to this tune of this Bee Gees song, Staying Alive.
Have your hearts up.
Hamlin's paying it forward, doing what he can to make a difference. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And Hamlin challenged NBA great LeBron James, quarterback Tom Brady, and former First Lady Michelle Obama to help kick off that campaign. And we're back with a final check of your First Warn forecast after a short break.
A prosecutor, now Circuit Court Judge Janet Protasewicz.
On the Supreme Court, I'll be a common sense judge. I'll protect public safety. I believe in a woman's freedom to make her own decision on abortion. It's time for a change.
Right now is absolutely the best time of year to buy furniture. And Slumberland Furniture is the best place during our huge President's Sale. Come see our special offers throughout the store. Plus, special financing is available for convenient monthly payments. And did you know Slumberland offers custom fabrics and colors at no extra charge? Check out this gorgeous sectional, and it comes with a free ottoman. Plus, so much more during our huge President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Whether you use it as a workshop or simply as a space to store your vehicle, Menards has everything you need for your garage. Chamberlain garage door openers bring quality and value to your home. Belt drive models have a much quieter operation and are perfect for an attached garage. Chamberlain also offers MyQ smartphone control with Wi-Fi built in, allowing you to open and close your garage door from anywhere. Save big money on Chamberlain garage door openers.
Save big money at Menards.
There's nothing like volunteering at the fire department.
There's nothing like hitting the waves.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
Since my skin was so irritated and itchy.
And even worse with all my gear on.
Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema. So adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
I'm voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court. She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion,
even in cases of rape and the health of the mother. Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
Still, Gary's back, so we take a little bit of a respite we get from the brutal cold we had, but it's coming back.
Yeah, about this time tomorrow, you're going to start feeling it. There's a live view from the WISC-TV Skycam. The one nice thing about having the clear skies, or mostly clear skies, you get some beautiful sunsets. There's the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam, but temperatures right now are in the lower 20s. This time tomorrow, they're going to be probably about 10 degrees colder, and you can see, you know, at least not as cold as the last couple of days across southern Wisconsin. Wind chills right now, not too much of an issue, but those winds will pick up as well. And by early Friday morning, we'll be looking at wind chills down to 30 below zero.
I enjoyed this break while we've got it. CBS Evening News coming your way next, and we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.